Welcome to day 2 of 30 days of healing. Now today is a psychic reading to support the collective. I've picked 3 different decks to work from and we've got some cards that have come out of the deck already. So this message was even popping into my head before I even had these cards full out of the deck, is that there is a message for forgiveness. So when it comes to forgiveness, there are many of you who actually need to forgive yourselves, but there are also some of you who need to forgive other people as well. So whatever the first situation is that comes to your mind when you hear the word forgiveness, that is what you need to heal. Now, some of you may feel that resistance of like, well, I don't want to fucking do that. But this is what needs to happen to support your healing and to ascend your energy to that next level. So we're all here to heal. Sometimes it's going to be easier said than done, but it's always worth it, because when it comes to forgiveness, when we don't forgive someone, that's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to actually suffer and die. So when we don't forgive someone, we're actually hindering ourselves, and energetically, we're holding on to that energy which needs to be released. When we hold on to that negative energy or that emotion for lengthy periods of time, that's when it can manifest into dis-ease or disharmony in the body. So even if you think about when you're feeling stressed, it might just be a stressful thought, but then you might feel tension in your shoulders and your neck. So that's where the stress has gone from a thought into a physical sensation, or you might feel the butterflies in your stomach. Or when you're really, really stressed, it might then manifest into a headache. So being mindful of how your body is feeling, and Spirit is saying there is a message that needs to be passed on. Now, I will be passing a message on to you today, but also what is coming through is that your loved ones, your spirit guides, the universe is trying to get messages through to you as well. So we need to help to balance the energy through our crown chakra, help the mind to switch off and relax so we can receive that information. So there are whole bunch of other cards that have come out of the deck as well. So I'm going to pick the first card out of this that I'm drawn to. Thank you. I'm hearing the word stop. So the first one we have is the angelic frequency. It says there's angels are here, you are safe, and there is a potent connection. So what quite often happens when we're going through this healing or ascension journey, we feel this resistance. Now, what many people do is they actually hinder their healing and they hinder their ascension. When we feel this pressure, it's like there's this void that we need to go through. So we're down here, and as that pressure rises, it's almost like there's this narrowing of energy, and we're meant to pop out the other side, which means we've done the healing, we've learnt the lesson, we've risen above the issue. Now, what quite often happens is when we're in that void, people might then quit on their dreams. They quit on their goals, they quit on themselves. So the message I'm getting is do not quit on yourself. Rather than quitting on you and going, too hard basket, I can't handle it, I want you to feel into the energy. What feels out of alignment to you? What is weighing you down? What is stressing you out? And then think about what you can do differently. What can you let go of? What can you release? What can you do less of? So that way we release the pressure, or we release that weight that is weighing you down and stopping you from healing and stopping you from ascending. So being open to that one. Now, there's an angel coming through, which is, thank you. So the angel you can call in is Archangel Metatron. Now, Archangel Metatron is here to help you, support you to tap into your power. So rather than getting to that void and going too hard basket, we're going to pause, we're going to breathe, we're going to reflect. And rather than quitting on ourselves, we're going to tap into our internal power. So you can tap into Archangel Metatron for that support to help you learn that lesson, to do the healing and pop out the other side. So other messages that we have got another, what's that? 8 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that have fallen out of the deck. So clearly there is a lot of messages that are needing to come through in this reading. So the first one is solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. Part of this whole process of 30 days to support your healing and your purpose is your solar plexus. That's where you feel that spark, that inspiration, that joy. So working with the color yellow will help to balance your solar plexus chakra, but we really want to tap into that so we can ignite that fire. Think about just trusting in your gut instinct, learning to connect in and trust your gut instinct even more. That way you can make those decisions even when you're not quite sure what you're needing to be doing. The next message we have is Crystal Skull Wisdom. So clarity, divine healing, and high vibrational energy. So this message is actually guiding us to tune into what feels high vibe in your life and do less of the low vibe things. So if you're finding you're gossiping or watching drama TV shows, that is low vibe. That is keeping your energy down here. So if you're watching things that even keep you in a place of fear, so if you're watching like murder mystery TV shows or something like that, being mindful of what you're watching, being mindful if you read gossip magazines, if anyone still reads magazines anymore. If something is keeping you down in that low vibe energy, that is also preventing you from ascending as well. So tapping into high vibe. So watching videos, podcasts, or TV shows that uplift and inspire. Listening to music that uplifts you. So really just feel into the energy of what feels high vibe and do more of the high vibe things. The next message we have is the divine matrix, so interconnectedness, synchronicity, and God incidences. So when we're tapping into the universe and tapping into this high vibe energy, we want to tap in and have that understanding that everything is intricately connected. And I say that at 5:55 in the video. So when you have a thought, that is being sent out to the universe. Now, it's a universal law that what you put out, you receive back. So for instance, if you are gossiping, you're putting that gossip frequency out there, you're going to get gossipy people back in your life, or people are going to be gossiping about you. But if you think about, I am worthy of my time, and you put that frequency out, then the universe is going to send that energy and that frequency back to you, where you miraculously discover that you have got more time for yourself because you're learning to value your time. So recognizing those coincidences or those God incidences where it's all the synchronicities. Noticing the triple ones because it's the beginning of your journey. Noticing, so for me, sunflowers is a sign where I'm in aligned with my purpose, and I'll see it in the most random of places. You know, I'll be walking through the markets and I'll see someone with a huge bunch of sunflowers tattooed on their calf, and then I'll be like, thank you, universe, I know I'm exactly where I need to be, having time off and relaxing. So what a sunflower means to me might be something totally different to you, but just recognizing those synchronicities, the feathers, the coins, the colors, the flowers, whatever it is. The next message we have is the halls of the Amenti initiation. So secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiation. So through this process of 30 days of giving you free content to work with is to help align you with your path of healing and purpose. But I want you to discover the treasures. I want you to discover the mysteries and the secrets of life, because you are here to heal. You are here to live a life that feels right for you. You're not meant to be struggling. You're not meant to be thinking about, oh my God, how am I going to pay that bill? You're not meant to be thinking about how shitty you feel or how shitty your life is. But you're here to discover the secrets and the treasures, and it's creating heaven on earth. It's creating the life that resonates with you and not feeling like you're stuck in some sort of shitty existence. So it's to help to awaken you. The next message we have is the Pleiadian activation. So coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. So I want you to discover your own unique ways of healing. What resonates with one person doesn't resonate with everybody else, because we are all unique. So the resolution is finding. So for some people, it might be they need to go get massages. So for someone else, they might hate being touched. So for them, it might be more about going swimming, and that's more relaxing for them. And coming together is recognizing that there is no competition. And when we come together, we heal so much faster. The journey gets so much more exciting because you actually draw in people into your world who've got the same frequency as you. So accept help, ask for help, reach out for support. Schedule your self-care. Do what you need to do, and that'll tap into that Pleiadian activation. The next one we have is the sacred inner space. So your sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. Quite often I find that when we're going through our ascension process, we need to balance the energy of our sacral chakra. So it's located just below the belly button. It's the color of orange, and this ties into our reproductive organs, our lower back, and how we express our sensuality. We need to balance the emotions, but we also need to feel safe in our body to be able to express and move the way we want to move as well. So tenderness and sensuality is letting down the guard. So our experiences create this, it's like an energetic barrier around you. Think of it as like this invisible force field where you don't let anybody in because you've been hurt before, and as a defense mechanism, you're stopping people from coming into your life because you don't want to be hurt again. So what life is here to teach you is to heal from those stresses, those traumas, those triggers, and discover how tender you can be, how you are safe to express your sensuality, how you're safe to express your emotions. Your sacral chakra is a huge part of your ascension, and it's really connected into the emotions. The next message we have is soul star activation. So fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. Point said. That is exactly it. This 30 days is to help to wake you up and remind you of who you are. Remind you of why you're here. Align you with your path of healing so you can discover your purpose. You can get back into working towards your goals, your passions, your spark, whatever it is that uplifts you, whatever it is that you want to do. Now, not everyone's purpose is to do with their career. Some of their purpose is purely healing, or their purpose is to do with their relationships. It's about raising children, about raising the next generation of enlightened kids who aren't going to harm the earth or to harm other people. Your purpose can be anything, but what excites you the most and what you want to do most is often what you want is what your purpose is, assuming you're not wanting to do anything that harms any other beings. Now, higher heart activation is the last one that fell out of the deck. So dropping shields, which is exactly what I just said, divine love, and your heart is healed. Emotions, let down your guard. Now, it might be that you sort of let down your guard in small little increments, and it might be that you choose who you let down your guard with. But being mindful that whenever you are triggered, that is your issue. That is what you need to deal with. And it doesn't mean that you are the one that created the trigger. Maybe your soul had a soul contract which created it. But in this physical world, that experience has become a trigger because it's now your body's way of educating you that, hey, here's an emotion that I'm holding on to. And you might be triggered to cry. You might be triggered to feel scared or to feel angry or to feel frustrated or to tell the next person to go get fucked. But that trigger is your body trying to wake you up and to educate you to go, hey, we're holding on to something here that needs to be healed. And it is absolutely possible to heal those triggers when we allow ourselves enough time to do so. And you'll be absolutely amazed and blown away that when you down the track come across that situation that would normally trigger you, and to feel that sense of freedom to go, oh wow, I actually don't feel sad anymore, or I no longer feel angry. This is something that would have really pissed me off previously, but I actually just feel peace. And this is true healing, working with those emotions. So higher heart chakra activation. We actually have 3 heart chakras. I'm going to grab, there's one deck I haven't worked with. It is Healing with the Angels. So the message is serenity. I want you to focus on creating serenity in your life, creating a peaceful life. Think about even your home. How do you feel when you go home? Does your home feel stressful, or does it feel peaceful? Does it feel serene? Everything is energy, and your home should be a sanctuary. If it can't be your whole home because you live with your family or roommates, then at least your bedroom should feel peaceful to you. So set it up in a way that feels right, where when you lay down in bed, you just breathe deeper and you feel peaceful. That is your own sanctuary. And your sanctuary could be in your garden. It could be absolutely anywhere. It could be the corner of a room. It doesn't need to be a big space, but you might have a whole room to yourself. Create your sanctuary. Find the serenity. And create that life that feels right for you. So that is the reading to support us collectively. If you want an individual reading, then please reach out. You can go to my website, kimsheppard.com.au, and I can provide you a one-on-one reading. Or if you're needing any other support, reach out. My website has got a whole bunch of offerings on there for you to support your healing, to support your purpose. And I send you so much love. You've got this. You're here to learn. You're here to heal. So surround yourself with the people who uplift you, who inspire you, and make you want to wake up every day, who make you want to be the best version of yourself. But recognizing where you're at right now is perfect. You're in the perfect position to heal. You're in the perfect position to learn the lessons that you've come here to learn. And you're in the right place because this is the journey your soul has agreed to embark on. And this will lead you to your purpose, or lead you back to your purpose, whatever your purpose is. So much love, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.